Happy hump day, my beautiful people. My name's CJ Curry, and we're back today with a couple of PrizePicks plays that we'll be taking a look at, sharing my player prop betting journey with you guys, documenting every moment, the highs, the lows, the wins, the losses. So if you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, get subscribed. We're over 18,000 subscribers. I just want to say thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you for subscribing to the channel. Also, run those likes up for me. Let's go for, I don't know, over 400 likes. Can we go for more than 399.5 likes? I think we can get there. I believe in you. I think you can do the deed and help me get that job done. But yeah, make sure you turn on those notifications so that you are not left out in the cold. Now, speaking of the cold, it's been cold around here lately. Yeah, we were on a hot streak, a heater, but the last few videos, man, it's just been tough sledding. Not only did LeBron James end up going over his 36.5 points and rebounds, but then you got Draymond Green, who ended up fulfilling the prophecy. I mentioned it in yesterday's video. I said, Draymond Green, you know, it's not a guarantee. This guy could get teched up. He could get ejected from the game. And sure enough, Draymond Green lands a haymaker on Yusuf Nurkic, sending the big man to the floor. And wouldn't you know it, it was a flagrant 2, and they kicked Draymond Green out the game, y'all. It's unfortunate. You hate to see it. Say it isn't so, but unfortunately, I'm here to say it's so. It's so. So we're looking to get back on track today and see if we can get back in the winning column. If you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, guys, now's a great time for you to get signed up on PrizePicks. PrizePicks making daily fantasy sports easy for you, allowing you to pick anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5, and even as many as 6 of your favorite superstars from your favorite sports. You combine them, you decide whether or not you're going to go for more or less on their player projection. If you get them all right, well, you could win up to 25 times your money. They're doing a special deal right now. First time deposit bonus. You drop up to $100 in your PrizePicks account, and they're going to match it dollar for dollar. You got to use promo code Curry, and you've got to use the special link that I've left down in the description of today's video. All right, so what are we looking at today? We got a two-piece special. Extra crispy, hopefully. We don't like no soggy two-piece around here. And the first one's going to be Kyle Lowry of the Miami Heat. Now, he's at 9.5 rebounds and assists. He's taken on the Charlotte Hornets. Now, these two teams just played each other one game ago. And in that game, Kyle Lowry did have himself a decent day in terms of rebounds and assists at 10. But I'm a little skeptical that he can repeat that type of performance, and I'm going to show you guys why. Let's take a look at the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer first and foremost. For those of you who have joined me in previous shows and videos, you guys know that this tool right here is the game-changing tool if you're a PrizePicks player, an underdog player, etc. What this tool does is basically goes out, it shops all the sportsbook odds and all the lines, and it basically gives you true odds or fair odds of a player prop to hit. Now, in this case, Kyle Lowry is pretty high up on the optimizer at this hour, around 3:30 a.m. Eastern time. And at 9.5 rebounds and assists, he has a 53.86% chance of going under. Now, 53.86% chance is not a 100% chance, but why you should take this prop is because these lines makers, they do the best job that they can of setting these player prop lines to be a 50-50 proposition, meaning they want it to be as close to a coin flip as humanly possible. But in this case, based on the math, based on the odds behind these sports books, we're actually getting a little bit of an edge, a 3.86% edge. Now, I know it doesn't sound like much, but over time, these plays add up. These micro edges add up, and eventually the whole idea is that you're going to be a more profitable bettor. This is what we call plus EV betting, and this is a positive expected value bet right here, taking Kyle Lowry for less than 9.5 rebounds and assists. Now, for me personally, I like to dig a little bit deeper. I like to do some hands-on, more practical player prop research, and that's where props.cash comes in. And so I was poking around on props.cash. I was taking a look at different things here with Kyle Lowry. First and foremost, I just want to point out that the guy's averaging 8.5 rebounds and assists over the entire season, which isn't a very high number, especially when his line's at 9.5. In fact, he's only gone over this number in 9 out of 22. That's not very good. That's a 41% hit rate. So that's not good whatsoever. And you can kind of see that he's been very inconsistent when it comes to covering this prop. In fact, there's only been a couple of times, actually one time, where he's gone back-to-back games recording 10 or more rebounds and assists. And it was at the very, very beginning of the season when he had 13 RA and 11 RA. Since then, he's kind of been on a seesaw, going over and under, over and under, over and under. Now, the last game he went over. So what am I expecting? I'm hoping that the pattern holds true and that he goes under in this case. Now, one thing that you could do here with Prop Stack Cash that's pretty cool, you could take players out or add players in. In this case, we know Bam Adebayo is going to be out. So we click on this without button, and now it shows us games Kyle Lowry has played without Bam Adebayo. Now, when we take a look at these games here, guys, you see that there's a total of 7 of them. He's gone under in 5 out of 7. He's only gone over in 2 out of 7. So pretty nice hit rates here as far as him staying under the line of 9.5 rebounds and assists without Bam Adebayo in the lineup. Now, you could also take this a step further. You could take out, Highsmith if you wanted to. Now you're looking at 4 games played without Highsmith and without Adebayo. And you can see that Kyle Lowry has only gone over once. And that was that last game that I mentioned against Charlotte where he happened to just barely squeak over 9.5 rebounds and assists, finishing the game with 10. So that's one thing that you can do with this tool. Another thing that you can do is you can go over to splits, and the splits are pretty cool because you can take a look at how a player performs at home versus away. And in this case, when we take a look at Kyle Lowry at home, which is where he's going to be playing, you see that he's only hit this number in 3 out of 9 games this season. So he stayed under the 9.5 rebounds and assists number in 6 out of 9 games. He's averaging 7.6 rebounds and assists per game at home. Now, when you take a look at the away numbers here, he's actually averaging 9.1 rebounds and assists when he plays away from Miami. But in this case, like I said, he's going to be playing in Miami, and his averages drop quite a bit playing in front of the Miami Heat fans. So just some interesting factoids that I found poking around here on Prop Stack Cash. And if you want to use Prop Stack Cash, guys, I've left a special link and code for you down in the description of today's video. Get your hands on it. Save 25% on your very first month when you use code Curry. Take advantage of the offer and give it a run. All right, so it's a plus EV play. We know the hit rates are good for Lowry in terms of him going under. So what else are we going to look at here? Well, I got some player projections, and we're going to start things off by looking at this one. This is presented by Fantasy Labs, Action Labs, one of the most well-known, reputable, respected companies in the industry. I've been using their player prop projections for quite some time, going back to when I was playing on DraftKings and FanDuel. And you see that their first projection on Kyle Lowry is at 8.5 rebounds and assists. So they think he is going to stay under 10 rebounds and assists in this rematch versus the Charlotte Hornets at home in Miami. So that's one projection model, right? But I don't like to stop there. I'm going to check out a second projection model. In this case, we've got RotoWire. Again, another industry stalwart. They've been in the industry. They've been doing player props and projections and stuff like that for a really long time. So they've got Kyle Lowry projected for 9.2 rebounds and assists. Again, that's another projection. 2 projections now that have him going under. Now, if you guys are looking for a free tool, then I can't speak highly enough of this one right here, which is NumberFire. Now, NumberFire's got Kyle Lowry at 3.8 rebounds and a projection of 4.8 assists. Now, when you add those 2 figures together, you come out to a total of 8.6 rebounds and assists. Let me move this maybe like right here so you can see that. 8.6 rebounds and assists. So again, that is less than 9.5 rebounds and assists. So all the numbers here are looking like more of an underplay for Kyle Lowry than an overplay for me. Now, that's the logical thing to do, right? Would we take less on Kyle Lowry at 9.5 rebounds and assists? But lately, if you guys have been watching the last few videos, the thing that makes the most sense to do hasn't been working out in our favor for some weird reason. There's something weird going on with the NBA, something in the air lately. So if you want to take the over on Kyle Lowry, you think that, hey, he had 10 against Charlotte in the last game, he's going to have 10 against Charlotte or more again today, well then be my guest. But for me, I'm just going to keep with the process. I'm going to trust the process. No, not Joel Embiid, but my process. I'm going to stick with it. Win or lose, rain or shine, I'm going to go with less on Kyle Lowry here on the 9.5 rebounds and assists, which brings us to our second play. Isaiah Beef Stewart of the Detroit Pistons, who is at 10.5 points and assists. Now, one thing I want to point out to you guys is that Detroit is expected to be without two of their big men. Marvin Bagley III has already been ruled out. Jalen Duren has also been ruled out, which means Detroit's projected starting lineup will feature Isaiah Stewart at the center spot. All right, so you can expect Isaiah Stewart to be in the starting lineup, not at power forward, but at center. So we're taking a look at his points and assists in this case. So we're gonna head back over here to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. You just simply plug in whoever you're looking for, their first or last name, and up pops Isaiah Stewart. Now, 10.5 points and assists, you got about a 53% chance of Isaiah Stewart going over 10.5. Again, 53%, a far cry from 100%, no locks, no guarantees. You know the drill by now if you've been watching in these videos. So 10.5 points and assists, a 53% chance that he is going to go over that number. So now let's take a look at some of the game logs here for Isaiah Stewart. Pretty good numbers when you go and crack open his game logs on props.cash, starting with how he has done overall. 15 out of 23 games this season. That's a 65% hit rate. He has gone over 10.5 points and assists in this case. He's averaging 12.2 points and assists for the season. You can see he started the season out hot. Now, Jalen Duren missed a lot of the start of the season, which brings me to my next point. As I mentioned before, you can add or remove players. And in this case, we want to see games played without Jalen Duren. So we click this little button here. And when we do that, you can see that he's played in a total of 9 games this season without Jalen Duren in the lineup. And in those 9 games, he's gone over 10.5 points and assists in 67% of those games. That's 6 out of 9. 13.3 points plus assists per game average in that 9-game span. Now, you could take this a step further. You could remove Jalen Duren, and we could come back down here, and we could take Marvin Bagley III out. And when we do that, we got 2 games that we can look at here. Isaiah Stewart, games without Marvin Bagley, he put up 10 points and assists and 15 points and assists against Indiana. Now, you could also do both of these guys, games without both Jalen Duren and Marvin Bagley III. And then you're left with 1 game, which was his most recent game against the Indiana Pacers 2 days ago, where he posted a nice number of 15 points plus assists. Now, I want to point out something to you. As long as Isaiah Stewart is not in any kind of real foul trouble, the matchup here against Joel Embiid should be a pretty nice one. The last 7 games here, Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers have given up 25.4 points per game to opposing centers. Guys, that is the 5th most points per game allowed to centers in all of the NBA over the last 7 games. So as far as matchups go, it's a pretty fruitful matchup. If we go down here to props.cash, one other nice aspect of this tool is you can scroll down here and you can take a look at how many points and assists that the Philadelphia 76ers have given up to opposing centers in some of their most recent games, like 17 PA versus Clint Capella, the Atlanta Hawks. Daniel Gafford, not very good, but still managed 22 points and assists against Philadelphia. 23 points and assists for Al Horford. 22 points and assists for Jonas Valanciunas. 19 points and assists for AD, Anthony Davis. I mean, we go back a little bit further here. 35 versus Chet Holmgren, points and assists. 16 versus Rudy Gobert. 13 for Naz Reid. 29 for Jared Allen. You get the point, all right? They've been giving up a lot of points and a lot of assists to opposing centers over their last several games, really, several games. So now that we kind of know that, good matchup, good hit rates, they're going to be without both of their big men, Jalen Duren and Marvin Bagley III. Let's take a look at some projections here. And the first projection for Isaiah Stewart is 13 points plus assists. Again, he needs 11. He's projected for 13. So we like that first projection. This projection model seems to enjoy, what it's seeing here for Isaiah Stewart. So let's take a look at a second projection in this case. RotoWire's got him at 13.5 points and assists, putting him over by 3 whole points and assists. And then, of course, we can go back over to Number Fire, the freebie of the bunch. This is the one that you all should be signed up for because it doesn't cost you a freaking dime. And who doesn't like free 99, right? 12.3 points plus 1.6 assists. And that brings him to a projection today of 13.9 points and assists. So I think there's some potential here for Isaiah Stewart to go over or go for more than 10.5 points and assists. Again, that seems like the logical choice. That seems like the plus EV move, but you just never know these days. I mean, things have been wonky. So if you feel like taking the under, maybe you want to reverse my picks and see if you hit, go for it. But my strategy is going to be under on Lowry and probably over on Isaiah Stewart at 10.5 points and assists. You can make this a 2-pick power play, go for 3 times your money, or you could take these 2, sprinkle them into a larger flex entry, go for 10x or 25x your money on PrizePicks. Get crazy, get weird. And if you guys are looking for a community of like-minded individuals who are betting on player props, who are talking sports each and every day, join my community. It's the Eyes on the Prize Dub Club community. There's a link down in the comment section that I pinned for you guys. It's just $20 a month. You get all access to our private Discord channels, and you can join me in there for more player prop fun and conversation. But that's it for today's video. Again, thank you for the subscriptions, guys. We're over 18,000. Let's see if we can get that number even higher and work our way up to 20,000 by the end of the year. We'll see you in the next video. Good luck on all your bets. Peace.